That said, everybody, let's march on. It's a new season. We're rocking, we're rolling. Cavs and Nuggets. I can't wait to see who gets hurt first, because you know what's going to happen. Last season, we both got decimated by injuries as the Nuggets beat the Cavs 109-104. Trade offer to the Cavs, Desanya Jop in a second for the Pfizer fella himself, Marcus Fischer. That would be a terrible trade for me. It would move Hibbert to starter, though. I mean, Pfizer is a slightly more expensive contract, but it's so weird that Lorenzen Wright can play forward. I feel like if someone added him into the game, they screwed up. I'm going to say no to that. Going to say no to that particular trade. And we're going to march on. I mean, Mac, that's not quite what it is, but you can view it that way if you want. For Chat's team, holy shit. So Joe, wow. First round pick in 2011 plus Joe for the Bucks 2012 and 2013 first round picks. I mean, Mac, unless you're talking about what it looks like in the game, in which case you're kind of right. You know, I mean, that would unfortunately hurt your depth at forward this year. And I don't think you can afford to take a hit at forward. You know, that's pretty rough. It's essentially 2 first-round picks for one another. I wouldn't take that trade. You guys kind of need Joe in that forward position if the worst-case scenario were to happen. As well, the Milwaukee Bucks are good. Rondo, Ariza, Turkoglu, Camby, Ed Brewer. And if I had to guess, they're not going to be bad anytime soon. They got Ricky Davis as well, who must be hurt. That's a no. That's a no. That's a rough time. That's a tough one to decline, but I mean, look at your fucking record. You can't afford to lose any depth. You guys are destroying worlds right now. Until I point something out, in which case, yeah, you'd start losing games, because of course. Because of course. Because of course. So we are approaching the Christmas. 19-7, though, is still one hell of a record. Now that one you might want to take. Robin Lopez for the 76ers 2012 first rounder. It is top 3 protected. And Herbert Bailey, who is just kind of meh as a depth center. But you already have Zach Rowe ahead of Robin Lopez. And you drafted D. Wagner. So move on from Robin Lopez. Get a first round pick down the road. At least get a cover center who's not quite as good. That one will definitely put to a poll. That's an interesting enough one. Positives and negatives. But yeah, Robin Lopez is behind in terms of the development there. Philadelphia this season, they are good. And they got Billups, Bryant, Boozer. They're good, but they're old. And I know what Boozer's deal should be about up because I signed him to that deal. Yeah, Boozer's on the last year of his deal. At 28 years old. I mean, Kobe's 31 already. Billups is 33, so that pick could come due at a very good time. Like, especially if we were to make it that far. And yeah, it's an overwhelming yes. So Robin Lopez. Plus, it helps make Philadelphia good, which could fuck me over. So there you go. Robin Lopez off to Philadelphia. Done deal in Chat's first trade of the season that basically doesn't affect the starting lineup at all. You're also going to trade Temple in a second for Collison. Temple's your secondary shooting guard. Collison is a point guard. Now, he can play shooting guard, but there's no guarantees because then it might play Livingston there. Got Ken Johnson there. Probably not worth it. I mean, Collison's... I mean, they're about the same, really. And you give up a second-round pick for nothing. I wouldn't take that, so I'm going to go no on that one. And that's what chat seems to be siding with in the early stages, at least. So worst case, blame Warrior, blame JD, blame Max. If you were someone who would have wanted that trade... And we are really getting close to the deadline here, and I don't think there's going to be any blockbusters. Don't think there's going to be any blockbusters before the deadline. There's no way I'm taking that. Absolutely not. Not trading Thaddeus Young. Again, not trading Thaddeus Young. I mean, Stromiel Swift isn't bad. August... How good is Stromiel Swift? He's 30. Only has 2 years left. That's a no. That is a no. And absolutely not. Deadline's going to be in about a week. Not worth it. I mean, you'd give up Rowe, your first round pick this year that is top 3 protected, which isn't going to happen. But giving up Rowe is not worth it. I mean, he's your guy. Unless this Hudgens guy is amazing. He is 27. That is a definite no in terms of giving up Zach Rowe. Would not be worth it for you guys at all. Temple for Starks would also not be worth it. Temple's your only backup shooting guard. At least a legit shooting guard. And one final trade offer. This one to the Cavs. It'd be Jop and Wesley Matthews for Larry Hughes. And Jimmy Haywood. That would leave me with Roy Hibbert, Lorenzen Wright, and Haywood at center. I would not have a proper cover for LeBron at forward. It would end up being Dave Newman. And I would add Larry Hughes at point guard. In which case, I'm already goddamn overloaded with guards. So that's going to be a no. Larry Hughes is a pretty good player, but that is going to be a no. And that gets us through trade deadline day. The Cavaliers 32-12, the Nuggets 34-10. This has to be the year. It has to be. Absolutely has to be. I was going to take a look at the landscape of the league as well in terms of who is where. Chat, this has to be the year. I mean, D-Wade's got one more season left under contract. Nene might also leave. Things are going to get a little bit scary for that core at the end of next season. You got 1, maybe 2 more years. For me, Lorenzen Wright's going to leave, and then LeBron I'm going to have to negotiate with, but that's okay. This gets even more interesting as we keep going on. The series that will never end. Trying to go through 3 eras. I can confirm YouTube-wise. This will be over 100 episodes, which is fucking bonkers. It's ridiculous. 'Tis ridiculous. Cavaliers struggling a little bit as of late. Nice little 6-game losing streak. Which makes me afeared that somebody got hurt who I can't afford have to get hurt. But at this rate, it's a slam dunk. We're at, you see, pun intended. We're making the playoffs. We are making the playoffs. Both of us. But will one of us win it? As the Cavs beat the Nuggets. Is that an NBA Finals preview? Tim Duncan wins league MVP for the Spurs. 27 points, 13 rebounds a game. Jesus. Steph Curry, Rookie of the Year in Cleveland. 18 points a game, 8 assists. You love to see it. Sixth man of the year, Royal Ivy with the Spurs. Defensive player of the year, LeBron James. Most improved, the Russell Westbrook. Now it's Blake Griffin as a teammate with the Knicks. Ricky Jones of the Cavaliers wins Coach of the Year. Gerald Banks, a white man with a beard, wins Executive of the Year. First team All-NBA, Chris Paul now with the Nets. D. Wade, Tim Duncan, LeBron James, and Zach Randolph of the Boston Celtics. The all-defensive team is D. Wade, Paul, James, Duncan, and Tyson Chandler in Portland. And the all-rookie team, Steph Curry, Ricky Rubio, James Harden, DeMar DeRozan, and Blake Griffin. The Nuggets, the 2 seed in the West, will be taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the Cavaliers, the number 1 seed in the East, will take on the New York Knicks. Did Duncan win MVP but wasn't first team? I believe so. Welcome to NBA and the weird award voting. So we are both back in the playoffs. Let's take a look. Desanya Jop will start off this postseason injured, but the contributions of James, Curry, Iverson, Redick, quite evident. Hibbert and James both averaged quite a few rebounds per. For the Nuggets, Sean Livingston is out for the rest of the year. Nene currently day-to-day, but Durant and Wade certainly carrying the team. 10 rebounds a game for Nene. But no Sean Livingston at point guard as the injuries already kick into effect. Because of course they did. And honestly, at this point, you guys can drop to an 8-man bench. Bibby, Wade, Durant, Nene, Perk, with Rowe, Ingles, and Gibson. You could technically up to a 9 again to have Garrett Temple factored in. Shit, you could even shorten to a 7. So I will again leave that up to you guys. The playoff bench. Will it be 7, 8, or 9? That is the question. For the Cavaliers. So Newman is currently in over Thaddeus Young. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, Newman is playing very well right now. We got Hibbert. Jop is hurt. Tyreek Evans is going to be ready to go for the playoffs as well, which is pretty nice. I'm going to drop lineup performance factor. And I'm going to drop the slider down for young players. Ooh, okay, I don't really like Evans starting over Iverson. That's a bit much for me. That's a bit much for me. And if I hit the right slider, it wouldn't have been a problem. So to be an 8-man bench for the Nuggets in the playoffs. And what do I got to do to have AI be the guy? Probably back to a 50. So Curry, Iverson, James, Young, Hibbert. With JJ, Tyreek, Newman. I feel bad for Ray Cooper, but there's just no way he's going to play. Curry, Iverson, James, Young, Hibbert, Redick, Evans, Newman. That's the way to do it. I said I feel bad for Ray Cooper, but I mean Evans and Redick, you know? So that'll be the Cavs lineup. The Nuggets again going down to an 8-man bench, so it's already there, already set. Gibson, Ingles, Rowe as the guys who will sub in. Oh, Minnesota and the New York Knicks, huh? Let's see what we got with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Point guard Rodney Stuckey. Patrick Mills, ready for Alston behind him. Shooting guard Tyrone King with Leandro Barbosa. Wally Zerbiak still there. Charlie Villanueva and Marcus Fisea. And Alonzo Oakley with Gatling, Leon Poe. Just a mess of centers. That should be, I mean, that's a winnable series for you guys. Like, it's a first round matchup. The T-Wolves are the 7th seed. You guys should win that. Hands down. Hands down. My matchup with the New York Knicks, Russell Westbrook. Oh, fuck. Westbrook and Kirk Heinrich. Ben Gordon. Danny Granger, Darrell Wright, Gerald Wallace. Power forward, Blake Griffin. And at center, Greg Oden. Fuck. All right. Both series could be a trap. Let's be honest. Both series could be a trap. We both should win. In pretty convincing fashion, to be honest. We really both should win this. The other matchups, by the way, Dallas and Phoenix, San Antonio, Seattle, since we kept them around instead of switching it over to OKC. You got the Clippers and the Jazz. And then in the East, of course, it's Philadelphia, Toronto, Atlanta, Milwaukee, Indiana, and Detroit. So that trade for Lopez over to Philadelphia could directly screw me if we were to both make it into the second round. I also can't check those extra draft picks right now, and to be honest, it might not matter. But 57 wins for the Cavs, top team in the East. The Nuggets were third. Damn. Damn, man. 7 teams to win at least 51 games, though. You know? Was the worst. The Wiz Blazers down there, the Rockets. Rockets really fell off. Let's see how this goes. Round number 1. We'll start off Cavs and Knicks. Game 1 goes to the New York Knicks. 104-88. Roy Hibbert, 0 for 8 shooting. 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 21 rebounds. LeBron went 8 of 23, including 0 for 8 from 3. Oh boy, 21 points for Westbrook. That was the worst possible start, huh? That was the worst possible start. Thaddeus Young, hurt. Out 6 to 8 weeks. Thaddeus Young just broke his leg. You'll love to see it. Shorten the bench down to 7 and hope for the best. Good Lord. Denver in Minnesota, game number 1 goes to the Nuggets. 106-98. Baby Durant, Wade all showing up. Good amount of rebounds, by the way, for the big men. Not that bad. Not that bad. Good first game. Rodney Stuckey was their leading scorer with 23. Game 2, Knicks and Cavs. Goes to the Cavs, thank God. 24 points and a triple-double for LeBron. Newman as well, 20 rebounds and a 101-91 win. At least the big men are pulling down rebounds. It is the game plan. 37 points for Russell Westbrook, and it did not matter. Game 2, Denver wins. 108-107. 35 points for Kevin Durant. Dwayne Wade also up there with 27. Rowe and Perk on the rebounds. 26 from Stuckey and Zerbiak did not matter. Damn good start for Denver. Game number 3. The Cavs win again. 101-92. Westbrook 16 points, but LeBron on the other side with 36. Steph with 26. Newman with 20 and 16 rebounds. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Can Denver take a 3-0 lead? I'm pretty sure the game does still think I'm Minnesota. Yeah, because there it is. There's the hope. There's the hope spot. Timberwolves take game 3 by 1 point, 117-116. Great game from Wally Zerbiak. Kevin Durant led the way on the other side. Just looks like the defense failed a little bit. Looks like that defense failed. Game number 4. Cleveland has a 3-1 lead. 3 wins in a row. Held their leading score. Oh my Christ alive. 136-75. Their leading scorer had 14 points. LeBron with another triple-double. The big 3 absolutely delivered. 18 rebounds for Davey Newman. Crushing it. Crushing it. Can the Nuggets take that 3-1 series lead as well? Yes, they can. 130 to 96. Held leading scorer Stuckey to 19 points. Meanwhile, Kevin Durant dropped 40. Good Lord. Damn. We both have a 3-1 series lead. Can the Cavs seal the deal in game number 5 against the Knicks? I'm hoping. However, I'm going to have to keep hoping. The Knicks win 122 to 110. Good effort from the big three because JJ is interplaceable with Iverson, but interchangeable, not interplaceable. All right. Can the Nuggets seal the deal against the Timberwolves, or will the Simcast curse continue for both of us in these elimination situations? It will not. The Denver Nuggets win 106 to 83. Wade and Durant absolutely go off with 35 points each. The Nuggets will play the Jazz in the second round. Can the Cavs eliminate the Knicks? If this goes 7, I lose. I guarantee it. Okay. That's great. Good job, boys. Seattle will play Phoenix. Seattle will play Phoenix. Denver will play Utah. Indiana will play Atlanta. Philadelphia will play either Cleveland or the New York Knicks. Oh, good. Tyreek Evans is also hurt now. Of course he is. Of course Tyreek Evans is also hurt. I am honestly shortening the bench down to 6. Hi, Jack. What's up, buddy? Let's do this. From 3-1 up, it's game 7. The best team in basketball this year. Will they blow it to New York? No, they won't. 135 to 101. LeBron with the clutchest triple-double. 37 points for Steph Curry. The Cavs avoid disaster. It was literally Russell Westbrook trying to will his team, and he just couldn't do it. Both teams advance to round number 2. 75% of the points went to that option as well. It wasn't pretty for me. It was pretty easy for you guys. And LeBron and Curry are just unreal. LeBron averaged a triple-double in round 1. And for you guys, I mean, Durant, Wade, and Bibby were just unstoppable in terms of points. Crazy. We're off to round 2.